everyone. I would say good evening, but I don't know what time you're listening to this Minisode of PCP No Boosters Needed. I am Juhadre, fresh off the cast of the January tournament. Joining me is Assistant Director Zeno and the Snurks.
Hello, thank you. Zeno and the Snurks here. Just as a quick clarification, it's actually Assistant Tournament Organizer.
To me, I think it's the same thing, but thank you for the for the correct all these titles. So, Zeno, we had our second tournament with doing our top 4 final cut, and I am liking it more and more as we go along. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's been really good seeing these different matches. I loved the finals this time, especially because just of how close it was. Like, at the end of the day, since I'm personally not competing, I'm watching for entertainment. So to see a close match like that brings as much entertainment as you can possibly bring. So I highly suggest going back and rewatching it as well.
Very, very true. And I second that recommendation to watch it. That'll all be up on our YouTube after all of the edits and the uploads are done. So first things first, we were on the Noxus map. We had the introduction of Atakan, and my first surprise was that 2 out of our 5 games, we had a voracious Atakan, and that surprised me.
Yeah, normally we see a lot of fighting in PLC. I will say that one of those games, it made sense that Voracious didn't spawn and it was Ruinous, right? Is the other one?
Yeah, Ruinous is the one with the extra fighting, and Voracious is the one with less.
Okay, gotcha. I get them mixed up.
And Shazbot had some pretty harsh words about the choices of the names. Like, they're not different enough, and they're both 3 syllables long. It's hard to say, and it's hard to tell which one is spawning, and honestly, until it happens.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it was interesting. One of our games was definitely a lot more defensive, a lot more low kill than usual. But the other one, I was very, very shocked when we didn't get the higher kill one.
Yeah, same here. Either way, used to great effect. When the Voracious buff was on, people were diving and just letting themselves die all over the place. And when Ruinous came on, just the amount of damage and everything, it was 55% slow on the, what is that, Hex Tech Soul and all of this. Just huge, huge, huge. It was a lot of fun to see the new map. We got a set of Nexus turrets that respawned in our finals. Just everything about the new map came to fruition this tournament, and it was glorious.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of new things being introduced, that's something I'm looking forward to with the next tournament, is that I believe by that time, because Mel should be coming out soon, correct?
Yes, she comes out on Wednesday, and
okay,
we only have a 2-week rule, so it's available. I confirmed with admin a little bit earlier tonight.
Perfect. Yeah, because as you know, I primarily play on the PBE, so I am very much looking forward to seeing more Mel because I think she's an extremely fun champion. Just wanted to throw that in there real quick. But what were your general thoughts on the final for this tournament?
I like seeing such close matches. You mentioned how back and forth our finals were. The semifinals weren't that back and forth, but they were still close. There were so many times where someone should have died, or a swing in the play happened, or a comeback, and just the amount of excitement it's honestly indescribable. Now I'm coming down off the adrenaline high, and I don't have words to explain just how exciting everything was as it was all happening. And just great. Every month we do this, it gets better, and I can't be happier.
Yeah, and for me, spoiler alert, I guess, for the Minisode, I always love seeing, new teams show up and make it into the finals. So the fact that 2 of the new teams that were part of this tournament, both Royal Blue Esports and Corny Cobblers, made it into the Final Four was really exciting to see.
Yeah, for sure. And the finals match was between Team Unknown and Royal Blue, actually a rematch of one of our Swiss games, and it was completely different. Just as our last kind of segue talking point, because we'll get into how the finals happened on our full episode, but the repeat was the exact opposite of how the Swiss game went.
Yeah, exactly. Because the initial Swiss game, like Royal Blue definitely took that like kind of definitively. Like it was a pretty big gap, but it did show Team Unknown's ability to really adapt to the situation and turn the fight around.
Absolutely. So everybody, huge games, a lot of fun, big moments all over. So the most exciting thing I think about our finals was just how swingy it was. Like imagine the grandfather clock and watching that pendulum go and watch it for 40 minutes, because that's exactly how the game went. It was beyond exciting. Like I said, we got Nexus turrets that respawned. So just lots of good stuff. Congratulations to our champions, Royal Blue Esports. They came in, they did it, and they put on a great show.
Yeah, and I think that pendulum swinging aspect is what made it so entertaining to watch because, a lot of times with tournament matches, especially early on, it becomes pretty clear early on who's going to win the match, but there was no point during the Royal Blue Esports versus Team Unknown set where it was set in stone, like, oh yeah, this team's for sure gonna win. Because even at the very end, as Royal Blue was pushing, Team Unknown did have a chance to try to run in and stop them somewhat. So like there was not a strict moment where it was clear who the winner was gonna be.
Yeah. Glorious set of games. And I'm going to give the first complaint to our new format. I would have loved to see a best of 3 between those teams. Let's be real.
Yeah, that would have been awesome, but at the end of the day, there is no perfect tournament format, but we're trying our best.
Exactly. Yeah, and I do think that this is the best way to move forward, but everyone, thank you so much for your support here to the PLC and PCP. That's probably going to do it for our Minisode tonight. Just there are no words that we can say that will give the same effect as watching these games. So do yourself the favor of watching the games over on our YouTube channel when they come out, and just we're so grateful to have people who support us and come and play. And that's all I've got for you tonight. Zeno, anything else?
Yeah, like just to go off of what you Hadri said, like it's so good to see this support and to see, people wanting to join our tournament. We know that even though it's all for fun, that's what makes it so enjoyable, in my opinion, is just seeing a group of people coming together, wanting to have fun while also doing their best. And I think that push of wanting to be better and wanting to do their best is what makes it so enjoyable and what makes these matches fun to watch. So remember that, we may have people like me working behind the scenes, or we may have people like Juhadre who's, handling shoutcasting, but this would not be possible and it would not be as enjoyable and as high quality without the participants and the viewers. So thank you so much.
Amen to that. And with that, everybody, congratulations again to Royal Blue Esports team number 1 for their victory this time in January, February, and March. Signups are already available. Those tournaments will be held February 15th at 1 p.m. Pacific time and March 15th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Find us on StarGG, sign up, and we will catch you next month.
Yep, thanks again for joining. Goodbye.